Yeah, he definitely, you know, the place we all want to be is out front looking at clean racetrack, and I believe he's got the race car to do it, and I believe his twin is not far behind him.
Yeah, you can bet on that. And here's Dave Mader, once again, one of the early leaders in this particular event, now back on good rubber, who's working his way back up towards the front as he'll get around the veteran of Jody Ridley, or right there on the outside, Jeff Purvis on the inside there of 16, Hal Goodson, as they work off down the backstretch. And give a call to the number 12 car, Steve Christian. Really doing a fine job up front here against all these veterans.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you, one of the other cars is got to go to Purvis. Purvis pitted that time. He was one of the only cars that pitted, and he's really coming up. There you see Bickle. He's about to take the lead. Rich
Bickle, the only two-time winner of the Snowball Derby, going for the lead here, and he'll get that off of turn number 4 as Freddie Query will come right behind him in the 6 car, and Christian now finds himself out of position. His tires may have just flat gone away. Takes a couple laps for these other tires to get heated up and stick well, and that's obviously what we saw there as Jeff Purvis is working around.
Yeah, Purvis is right now. Purvis is one of the strongest cars on the racetrack. He's on the freshest tires and making it look pretty easy.
Yeah, Jimmy Cope having a problem there in the Miller Genuine Draft sponsored machine. Jimmy Cope will bring it down, and I do believe that we are going to bring the caution back out. Maybe something was on the racetrack, you know, with Cope's incident there.
Yeah, that is possible. There was a lot of slipping and sliding going on, and we didn't see what happened with Cope.
Have we got a solid 2-groove track now, Eddie?
I think it's getting pretty close.
Let's take you back a little bit and try to unravel how a lot of these folks are in the position that they're in. You heard us talking to Mario Goslin a few minutes ago, and we want to show you this particular incident here with the number 25 car. Just flat, did he get punted or did he just lose it back there on the backstretch?
That's what you call a punt in racing.
Yeah. There you see Tracy Goodson getting by on the high side there. The number 25 car obviously not having a great afternoon, as he has had problems, not just right there, but has had some other problems earlier on in the afternoon as well. Under caution, yes, that's right, folks. You're seeing the same race here, 10 of them this afternoon. Rich Bickle up front in the Terminal Trucking Machine, along right behind Freddie Query. And boy, I'll tell you what, if those two raced each other for the next 150, 200 laps, you can bet you'll see some great short track competition. Those guys really get after each other.
Yes, they got a lot of respect for each other, and they get along on and off the racetrack.
What do you think the consensus is, Eddie, of this year with the Hooters Cup Series? I mean, they're talking about the sponsorship next year of being in excess of $500,000, and well, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of excitement about this series next year.
It gets a lot of people. It gets them thinking. It's great for the sport. I haven't heard a negative thing about it.
I think what's neat about it is you got this series, you got NASCAR's great All-Pro Series out there running, you got Rex Robinson's great ASA Series, and man, that's just a boom for all of short track racing.
If you want to go racing 52 weekends a year, it's not a problem.
Yeah, you can just about do it, as we're just about getting ready for a restart here. 10 caution flags we've had this afternoon, lap 144. Not even halfway home yet, folks, as we'll watch Rich Bickle try to see if he can shuffle off and carry the lead here for a while.
Yeah, I noticed as they take off for the start, you know, they do the side-by-side restarts for the lap cars. It gives you an opportunity to get a lap back. The ASA circuit that I run, we don't get the opportunity to do that, and it's got some pros and cons, but right now it looks like everybody's going to get through it clean.
Yeah, you won't get any arguments out of Bickle that time, because he didn't have any problems. Freddie Query jumps right in behind, and he'll hold down the second spot, while the 92 car of Dave Mader should be shown as the third car in the lead lap, and right behind him, yep, the Phoenix Construction Machine of Jeff Purvis. And believe it or not, folks, we're going for number 11, the 11th caution flag this afternoon. Not even really sure exactly what happened. I think we may have some more debris on the racetrack someplace that brings out the caution flag for the 11th time with Rich Bickle as our leader. We're just talking about, you know, short track racing. Really, you can't hardly even call it short track racing anymore due to the fact that it's big time stock car racing is what it is.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it takes, you know, Pat, it takes full-time people in the shops anymore. You can't do it out of your garage at home and working on it at night, and it's becoming big business, and it's an opportunity for a lot of people in business, a lot of corporate sponsors and such that maybe can't afford to go all the way to Cup, that still wants to be involved. They can get so much exposure from it now with the help of television and stuff, and it's just not your Saturday night beating and banging anymore.
Well, and you know, I think what it's done, again, in my opinion, is it's the evolution of stock car racing, which certainly you trace it right back down there to Bill France at NASCAR and what they've done. You know, I mean, this whole business has just gotten so much more complicated, but yet at the same time has employed so many people and provided such an opportunity for such great talents, a lot of which we're seeing out here this afternoon. You know, I think it's great to see motorsports propelling itself, you know, through the great leadership that we have in all the sanctioning bodies today. It's neat to see everybody working. It's neat to see everybody out there racing. Wonder why we're not out there racing today, Eddie. That's the only problem I got this afternoon is we're sitting up here and they're out there having fun. But nevertheless, if you can't be in the driver's seat, this is probably the next biggest one, right?
Yeah, I told you I had the second best seat in the house.
yeah, exactly correct. Tony Boswell got the green flag in his hand, and Rich Bickle's got the throttle under his foot, and here we go again. We're going to try to get some green flag racing in. Bickle hauls the mail down into turn number 1. Freddie Query right behind. Dave Mader holding on to the 3rd spot, and Jeff Purvis hanging on to the 4th spot. We got ourselves 4 real good veterans up there going to battle for this lead now in just a minute here as Mader almost gets punted from the rear.
Yeah, I noticed Query putting some heat on Bickle. I'll tell you, they may be from the same town, but they're not going to give a whole lot of slack. It's every man for himself today.
Well, the terminal trucking guy's got to be happy with the way things look up front, but I'll tell you this much, Rich Bickle doesn't care what's on Freddie Query's car. Staying out in front of him is exactly what he wants to do, because if Query ever gets in front, he won't turn him loose very easily.
No, it's going by Bickle is going to be tough. And one thing about it though, Freddie, if anybody spent a lot of time trying, it's Freddie. He's had a lot of experience racing with Bickle back.
At your front two, Jeff Purvis there once again driving a real smart race. This is exactly what he wanted to do, is just play the cards. And the cards are, if you're not around to run at the end of this one, you can't win it. You know, and once again, Purvis is doing exactly that. He gets up there and starts to move on Bickle, or excuse me, on Query, and then just drives right up under him as maybe Freddie's car maybe not handling down in turn 1 and 2.
I got to believe in what I just saw. Freddie stepped out. He wanted to see if the second group was there. He stepped out. Purvis was strong enough and was sitting right there, and it was just a matter of when the door opened.
Well, Purvis right now is going to see if he can't wedge his way under the leader, Rich Bickle, and Jeff Purvis is going back to the front. Surprise you any there at all, or just got a nice car and got a nice move for it?
No, I'm not surprised. I've been watching him all day, and he is really fast. The car is working. He did things on 100-lap old tires that some of the guys are having trouble doing with 50 laps. And if he doesn't have a problem, he's going to be tough.
Let's go down to Mark Allen.
You know, Pat, a comment about Jody Ridley. Way back there in the field, he starts all the way back in the 37th position. He's not a good qualifier. He admits that. But this is just the kind of race that Ridley loves, because he is real easy on his tires. Jody Ridley has now got himself into the top 10. He's a former winner here, so he knows what he has to do, and he's somebody we should keep our eye on.
Well, you talk about guys that once again are sleepers in the field. Is, believe it or not, I think we've got ourselves another caution flag. Caution is out here at Five Flag Speedway, the Snowball Derby, and I think this will be number 12. And we're looking to just kind of see exactly why it came out. Obviously, there's going to be some kind of debris or something on the racetrack, as we don't have a car that's pointing us in that direction. But Jeff Purvis has just worked his way back up into the lead. Safety trucks out on the speedway, and I don't see it, Eddie, but then again, we've got almost 15 or 16 pair of eyes around this racetrack looking for things, and something must have flown off in the groove over there, because the truck has already picked something up, and we're waiting for the pace car to catch the field over here in turn 1, and should get back to green pretty quick.